what does the outlook of nuclear energy look like this century, and how does it compare to other energy sources like hydro, wind, solar, and I guess older forms like coal?
Mhm. So let me just we might just get technical on this discussion, but I'll
Let's do
try
it.
to explain it in layman's term. So with the increasing population, we have increasing energy demands, and with the effects of this war between Russia and Ukraine, actually, countries and developing countries or third world countries are the most affected, and we are the most vulnerable. For example, for the past 2 weeks, gasoline prices went really skyrocketed here. Let's say half a dollar per liter of gasoline
Mm-hmm.
for the past 2 weeks, and that is really, it's just more than half of the usual price of gasoline. So imagine how it really affects people here in our country. And I think one way to solve this one is to find alternative sources of energy and not really just depend on these conventional oil and petroleum sources. And that's where nuclear energy comes into. Nuclear energy, comes from the fission of atoms. And one good thing about nuclear energy is really, it is really large scale. It can really produce huge amounts of energy using a small amount of material. So comparing to the other sources, especially like renewables, the problem with renewables is they are not really reliable. For example, like solar, if it's nighttime or if it is raining, you cannot generate electricity with solar panels. If there's no wind, you cannot generate electricity through wind turbines. And comparing these other sources of electricity, nuclear actually has the highest capacity factor. It's around 94%. It means that actually capacity factor dictates or dictates how the a generating station produces electricity. So if it has a capacity factor of 94%, it means that the nuclear power plant is operating at maximum power 94% of the time. So in every 100 days, let's say it generates electricity full power for 94 straight days, compared to solar that's only 20% or 30% for wind. So imagine solar is not really reliable, and
Yeah.
it does not work in all weather conditions as well as like hydro or wind. So I think countries, I guess, should really consider into putting nuclear as part of their energy mix. And also nuclear is a clean form of energy, like no zero greenhouse gas emission during operation. And yeah, um it's just nuclear has just this negative image due to like accidents in Chernobyl and in Fukushima. And I, I I just think personally, I think the word nuclear has this negative connotation. When they hear the word nuclear, people are thinking about bombs or cancer, but nuclear is not really bad at all. So yeah, that's why I'm really passionate about this promoting nuclear energy, especially in our country, since we are really experiencing the effects of high gasoline and petroleum prices. So we actually in the government are really working hard to um, for people to accept and support nuclear energy. And I think that's the first step for a successful nuclear energy program in the country.